Yo, what is up, everybody? I'm going to be continuing my Hearts of Iron 4 gameplay. This is part 3, playing as the state of Florida. And last episode, we joined Virginia and the Maryland Republic. We joined their war against West Virginia, and Virginia annexed all of West Virginia. The episode before that, we completely annexed Alabama. So, as Florida, we controlled just all of Florida and all of Alabama. We're in a faction called the Baltimore Accord with Virginia and the Maryland Republic. Now, overall, our faction has 60 divisions. Florida has 25, Maryland has 18, Virginia has 17. So, as of right now, you can see Japan actually has some troops over here stationed on my border. And the reason for that is because last episode they asked to send volunteers, so I allowed them to send volunteers. Now they're on my border, bordering Mississippi. Now the plan remains we are going to invade Mississippi now that we helped our faction deal with West Virginia. Also, it looks like Kentucky is at war with Ohio and Illinois. Illinois is also at war with Indiana. Now, right now, our faction is still at war with Bermuda and the Miners Republic of Colorado. They declared war on me in the last episode. Actually, in the first episode, and we've still been at war with them. Now, Colorado was on the verge of capitulation last episode, and I didn't realize they actually made a comeback and took out the Desert Shield Alliance, and now they're at war with California. And it seems like California is going to beat them and probably be the most powerful state in the West. However, I do think we're probably the most powerful state in the South. And we're just going to start planning our invasion of Mississippi. First of all, we're moving all 21 of our infantry divisions to the border of Mississippi. The Florida Gator Stranglers, which is our Marines, they are also training for a naval invasion of Gulfport. But a war with Missouri will take a little bit more preparation. We have a lot of free manpower to try and put into it to just completely overwhelm them. Now, what I'm gonna do is probably add support rocket artillery to all of our infantry to make them even more powerful. And we actually had enough logistics to do that. we're also gonna research improved computing machine. And before we ever consider invading Mississippi, we are going to fix our supply a little bit. And that's gonna be by building a supply hub east of Tupelo. Alright, our troops have moved to the Mississippi border. And we have improved anti-tank. We're gonna start making that. Alright, we're gonna start researching the 1940s branch of our Navy. But before we do that, we're also gonna research the 1940 branch of our Air Force. Alright, we're moving 200 fighter wings to the Air Force in Bibb, or the airport in Bibb. And we're sending some close air support to Montgomery. Wait, what? Oh, look at that. The Tar Heel Empire, which is north of South Carolina and east of Tennessee, west of Virginia. It has declared war on Virginia and kind of caught them off guard. So we're gonna accept their call to arms. Okay. First things first, we need to get naval superiority. And we have a fleet that can kind of be a strike force to try and get us naval superiority. Alright, so we have naval superiority in the Carolina Sea. Now, we can plan a naval invasion of like the coast of the Tar Heel Empire. Alright, so we're gonna accept the call to arm. Tar Heel Empire has between 19 and 43 divisions. Alright, so the Marines are gonna plan to go from Jacksonville, landing into what the Alright, the Jacksonville. Alright, we're gonna land in Morehead City because of how far away it is from the actual front. It's gonna force them to like divert a lot of people. Now we're gonna take 12 divisions and send it to the actual front. But we're gonna take the most experienced ones. Alright, so 13 experienced divisions under the guidance of General Lowry. They are going to I guess they can be deployed north of Raleigh. Oh, our whole military is deployed over there now. Like all of our allies. We need to trade for a little bit of aluminum from the Catholic Republic of Mexico. It's the 13th of December. We have 162,000 people in the field, 9,000 people in the air, 15,000 people in the Navy. Alright, so there's a supply hub at Greensboro, but it looks like they're gonna capture that. So what we can do is try to make a breakthrough at Sparta, and then go capture the supply hub at Gastonia, and then link up with the allies at Greensboro. And then supply's gonna be really good. Alright, we have started our breakthrough, but I have to pause really quick to just change up our production to the upgraded train. Alright, there we go. Now, I want to see Tar Heel Empire has already suffered 18,000 losses. Wow. Alright, unpause. And we've won our first battle. We got a breakthrough north of Sparta. Alright, so before we move to Gastonia, we're actually going to move to Concord first. Alright, unpause for our new military operation. Alright, California sends a non-aggression pact, so we will accept that. It looks like they're still struggling against California. I mean, against Colorado. Alright, well, our allies have failed to take Greensboro, and we're just gonna take it ourselves instead. Alright, now that they're distracted, we are... Oh, actually, we don't have naval supremacy. Alright, we have to move our stuff. Our planes are going to do naval strikes and air superiority in the Carolina Sea. Alright, so we have inflicted 5.7 thousand casualties on them, but we have taken 3.5 thousand from them. So we're going to be more cautious next time. But we still did push. We made like a bulge in between Greensboro, High Point, Concord, and Sparta, but we couldn't take any of them yet. Now we're gonna attack this division east of Sparta. It basically immediately lost the battle. They move another division in, but it's also immediately losing. Alright, we're gonna try and take full advantage of the 2 battles we won east of Sparta and chase those divisions down to get a breakthrough. And we have achieved the breakthrough that we wanted. Now hopefully we can continue straight to Gastonia from there. And it seems like so far we're winning. It's the 28th of January. Alright, now we have made it all the way to Gastonia from that breakthrough. Now to go from Sparta, the east of Sparta, all the way down to Gastonia, we have inflicted 10,000 casualties on Tar Heel Empire, and they have inflicted 4,000 on us. But we have essentially isolated, let's see. We've isolated 6 of their divisions in the western part, near Boone and Sparta and Asheville. They are cut off from the rest of their army. So what we are going to do is just finish them off. So starting off, we're just going to attack Sparta so we can take it and squeeze them away so that they can't do a rescue plan. Alright, so we've pushed them away from Sparta. We've also captured this tile north of Concord, which gives us a good railway to hopefully fix our supply issues. Alright, there we go. By the 3rd of February, we've fully taken Sparta. We're going to reorganize them to quickly take out these encircled divisions. Alright, we need to send our fleet over here for naval invasion support. Alright, we're just trying to get enough superiority in the Carolina Sea to land our Marines. Alright, oh, we have naval superiority now. So what we need to do is see if we can just launch our thing right now. Alright, we're launching our naval invasion on 15th of February. And they're going for it. They're going straight to Morehead City. We've basically created a disaster for their western front by dividing it into two. And now we're landing in Morehead City, hopefully with nobody to contest us. Meanwhile, we're gonna continue to squeeze these troops in. They have no supply anymore. The troops that we've cut off. Alright, they're gonna attack there, try to cut them off at Boone, so that we can just encircle most of their eastern front right away. Alright, the naval invasion is still on its way. It looks like Morehead City pretty much has no one there. And on the 22nd of February, our Marines, all 6 of our Marine divisions have made it to Morehead City. Alright, so from Moorhead City. Wait, hang on. Alright, from Moorhead City, 2 divisions moved to Wilmington. 2 divisions moved to Jacksonville. And then 1 division moved to the right to just consolidate the east. And that will give us a really good foothold. That's also threatening their capital of Raleigh, and they're gonna have to go recapture that. Or they're gonna have to defend it, I mean. So our Marines have landed, and they're doing 3 different things. Now the operation to encircle the troops who we cut off is pretty much complete. We've just now captured Boone. Oh, look at that. Our naval bombers have defeated... Wait, what? Oh, I see. Alright. We damaged some of their ships. Alright, that's pretty good. Because they're just naval bombers, we don't even have to directly engage our enemy. And there we go, we have actually completed the encirclement. So we had 6 divisions cut off from their allies. Now we have 4 of them encircled, and the other 2 are separated even further to the west. Alright, now we're just gonna get the 4 divisions that we have fully encircled to just be squeezed in and eliminated. And yes, our naval invasion, we have captured Moorhead City. Oh, actually, yeah, we've captured Moorhead City, Jacksonville, Wilmington. Things have gone very well for us. Alright, we're also gonna get these two divisions that we separated to the west. We're gonna finish them off too. Alright, we've wiped out the 4 encircled divisions on the 6th of March. We're gonna wipe out the other 2 separately encircled divisions soon. Alright, now where do we want to redeploy our army? Alright, so we're gonna position it between Danville, or actually we're gonna position it on Danville and near Greensboro, so we can take that, because they still have not taken Greensboro. So we'll get them to move over there. Alright, our Marines are holding their position pretty easily. Alright, so by the 23rd of March, our army has redeployed to where I wanted them to be. So what we're gonna do is just go straight for Raleigh by getting a breakthrough south of Danville, where it seems very underdefended. Alright, 26th of March we launch our attack for the breakthrough, and by the 27th we have beat them in battle, gotten the breakthrough. Now we just have to do a second battle to get an even better breakthrough. Alright, so on the 5th of April we have captured Durham, and there we go. We have also captured Raleigh on the same day. Alright, our allies have captured Concord on the 8th of April. They've also captured Charlotte and Gastonia, so it's nice to see they're doing some stuff. But we captured the capital, which is most important. So if we look at casualties, Tar Heel Empire has suffered 110,000 casualties, 50,000 from Virginia, 30,000 from Maryland, 29.9 thousand, so basically 30,000 from Florida. But the difference is, Florida has suffered 7,000 casualties, Virginia has suffered 26,000 casualties, and Maryland has suffered 16,000 casualties. Alright, now the next major play could just be continuing to exploit the breakthrough. And the way we're gonna do that is by moving all the way down to where our Marines are. Then once we do that, they'll be joined up with each other. Alright, Marines attack. And just like that, by linking up with our naval invasion, we've linked from Raleigh down to our naval invasion in Jacksonville. We've basically cut them in half for a second time now. There we go. Perfect. Now the Tar Heel Empire is 87% towards capitulating. Alright, we have a lot of equipment, so we can even start training more people. Alright, we need everybody to reorganize. Alright, so 3 Marines need to be applied here. What the freaky? Alright. Three here. And then the other 3 here. Alright, now our infantry can go up there. Alright, there we go. Tar Heel Empire has capitulated, and for once at the peace treaty table, I actually have like a lot of stuff to claim. I have a lot of points to spend. So it seems like the most logical thing to do is, I guess, claiming South Appalachia, because it's the closest to Florida and it has a lot of chromium resources. So we'll take that. Then we can also take Banks because it's just on the east coast. Or should we take... Nah, we'll just... yeah. Alright, they want to contest my demand for Banks. Well, then I'm going to contest their demand for Gastonia. Just like that. And not only are we going to demand Gastonia, we're also going to demand Mecklenburg. Alright, and then we'll also demand Cumberland, just because it's a nice stretch of land that we can claim. Alright, so we've claimed South Appalachia, Gastonia, which are two of the most resource-rich areas. South Appalachia will give us 14 chromium, and Gastonia will give us 11 oil and 25 steel. And then I think I also want to take Wimbledon, even more coastal area for us. Yeah. Alright, and just like that. Actually, Maryland Republic will get Banks, but I'm okay with that. So we will end the peace treaty getting South Appalachia, Gastonia, Mecklenburg, Cumberland, and Wilmington. And confirm. Alright, so right off the bat, we need to kind of tell our Navy in our air wings to just like chill out. And the reason for that is because we used a lot of oil during that war. So what we can do is have people patrolling, but we're not going to actually like have a significant amount of anything anywhere, because we don't want to use a lot of oil, like I said. Alright, so we're patrolling the eastern Mexican Gulf, the East Florida Sea, and the Carolina Sea. Now, I know I've been planning invading Mississippi for a while, but now that we just captured some territory from Tar Heel, we actually can just capture Georgia to connect to that territory. That's what I think would be like the best strategy going forward. However, that is for another episode. As of right now, we're ending this episode with 69 factories, 173,000 manpower in the field, 13,000 manpower in the air, and 14,000, almost 15,000 manpower in the Navy. We have captured a decent amount of territory. We have used our Marines for the first time and it was pretty successful. And overall, I would say pretty good. We are still at war with the Miners' Republic of Colorado and Bermuda. And what the... Actually, before we end this episode, the Socialist Republic of Tidewater is back, even though they were eliminated quite a long time ago. They're back now. So I guess we're gonna have to help our allies out to finish them off. Also, it's the 30th of April, 1941, endgame. So if we were to look at Florida's resources, we are producing a lot of oil, and we're exporting some of it. We are producing about a little bit more than half of our aluminum, and the other half is imported. We're producing all of our rubber, and we're exporting some of it. We're producing 0 tungsten, we have to import all of that. We're producing 235 steel, but we're not exporting any. And we're producing 6 chromium, importing 8. So we're becoming more self-reliant, over time. Oh, and it looks like the Socialist Republic of Tidewater did not have any troops. They kind of like immediately got destroyed. So I guess we don't need to send anyone over there. Alright, so that actually will end up being the end of this video. We're going to accept that non-aggression pact with Venezuela. Now we're just going to analyze what's going on around the map. Colorado and California are still in a heated confrontation with each other. Even though, like, we just had a whole entire war with the Tar Heel Empire. This whole time, California and Colorado have been fighting. And actually, they've been doing that since the ending of last episode. So anyways, guys, that is in fact going to be the end. We are at 69 factories as well. I think we started off with like 60 at the beginning of the video. But thank you for watching. GG's, chat.